Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, our state, our country. We take a look at stories we collect and that are shareable, and we take a look at what you're interested in here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals, thanks to your wonderful questions and comments. Today is Saturday, February the 10th, and what a great day I had yesterday. I can't wait to tell you all about it, from running important errands to participating in an arts and crafts class, and then going to an art gallery and having wonderful dinner. It was just a great day. So I'm hoping you're having a great weekend. I am having a good one. So let us get started with news, and then I will go into amazing show and tell, including some of the things that my friend Lars and I were able to craft yesterday. But first, a couple of important bits of news. Did you feel the quake yesterday afternoon? A magnitude 5.1 earthquake with an epicenter 117 kilometers southeast of Puerto Vallarta in the municipality of Tomatlan took many locals by surprise during the afternoon. Did you feel it? I think it was around 2:42 p.m. and I totally missed it because I was walking home from a lunch date, so I didn't feel a thing. The good news is that no damage was reported locally. Here's another question for you. Have you ever tried the Cuarto de Kilo or Quarter Kilo burger place at Plaza Caracol? I haven't. So I'd be curious to hear your opinion about the place, particularly now that they have opened a second branch. This one is located at Macro Plaza. I went to Macro Plaza earlier this week, so I saw it closed just a few days ago. But since I frequent the mall, I may give it a try. This is the second branch in Puerto Vallarta and the 30th branch nationwide. And in other news, Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas, the largest cruise ship ever built, has docked in Mexico, but not locally, capable of transporting as many as 10,000 passengers. 10,000 passengers, imagine that. The vessel has docked in Quintana Roo for the first time ever as part of its Atlantic and Caribbean routes. According to the cruise line, there is a possibility that the Icon of the Seas may dock in Puerto Vallarta at some point in the future. I've seen documentaries about this vessel on YouTube, and it is massive and it is crazy. But It's amazing these things happen. Anyhow, that's what I have for news. Most of our time will be spent with show and tell. So let us jump over to the weather very quickly, which would show up if I had actually turned it on, which I didn't. And here it comes, and there it is. That cloud looks like a hobo huffing paint fumes in an alley. That's not very inspiring, if you ask me. It is 23 degrees right now. Humidity is at 69%. Not as bad as yesterday, but yesterday and the day before, I was actually reminded that it does get warmer, and it will get warmer at some point. The weather forecast for today says we're going to have overcast skies plus some patches of sun shining through, a high of 26 and a low of 19. Then tomorrow, Sunday, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 27, a low of 18. And we begin the work week with mostly cloudy skies on Monday with a high temperature of 25 and a low temperature of 16. Yay. Moving right along, and before I forget, I want to send a quick shout out to Estelle and Draper, who left me a beautiful gift bag at Whiskey Kitchen this week, along with a beautiful note that was handwritten in beautiful cursive handwriting. Do you guys remember cursive? Who can still write in cursive? It is one of those things that not a lot of people do anymore. But I learned how to write in cursive in school. I don't know if you did, but I did. Thank you very much, Estelle and Draper, for such a thoughtful little gift. And not so little, actually. It is so nice when you are surprise me with treats and stuff. And it is always nice to run into you out and about. And when I hear from people that have been inspired by Coffee and Headlines in one way or another, it really does make my day. Before we go into show and tell, one reminder and one great idea that I want to report on. Sometimes, the best ideas are waiting to be discovered right on the tip of our noses. And this morning, I spotted one. I follow the ladies of Loca on Facebook because I love seeing what they're up to. Loca, of course, means crazy in Spanish, but it stands for Ladies Outdoor Club Adventure, PV, here in Puerto Vallarta. And these ladies are constantly going places, both locally and also exploring other parts of Mexico. So this morning I was browsing upcoming events for the broadcast, and I spotted this one. And we were just talking about the La Cruz market yesterday. Imagine taking a panga or water taxi at Los Muertos Pier, then heading to La Cruz de Guanacaxtle, shopping at the market, and then returning in the afternoon by panga, avoiding all the traffic along the way, and maybe even spotting a humpback whale or two while you are getting there. Well, that's exactly what the Loca ladies are doing tomorrow at 10 a.m. What a great idea. The price includes the panga fee, 2 hours of shopping in La Cruz, and a cooler with refreshments to enjoy along the way. What a fun way to get to the La Cruz market. Now, I don't know if you have to be a bona fide lady to be able to participate in the adventure, but I will certainly leave the information available to you in the show notes if you want to go on this adventure tomorrow. They seem to still have places available. And also, I want to remind you that the Malonari Chalk Painting Festival is taking place at the main plaza in front of City Hall this weekend. And this is always a nice event to explore with your camera if you are out and about through the weekend. And now I want to tell you a little bit about my day. And before I do that, well, I'll do the show and tell in a second. My afternoon was heavenly. It started with an errand to Plaza Caracol yesterday. I went there with Lars because we wanted to get our picture taken to get the senior discount card, which we're going to try to get this coming week. One of the requisites is to have a passport size black and white photo along with you. And we asked around some friends, and we quickly identified a place, a photo studio in Plaza Caracol that takes care of this. And now I want to show you the finished product of what I did yesterday. Check out this little box. It's a cardboard box, and I'm going to open it. And guess what is inside? It is this totally awesome candle that I made. See, it's got like, oh, let me cover my eyes so that this is in focus. Come on. There you go. It's a Valentine's Day candle full of decorations inside. And this is what I actually did yesterday. Along with Lars, we went to this. Oh, and it smells of guava. It smells of guava. How did this come about? Well, it all started sometime last week. I happened to spot this Facebook post of a coffee shop that I follow on Facebook, and there was some kind of collaboration between Locura Cafe and this entity called Velas Aromáticas Isamar, or Scented Candles by Isamar. I noticed that she's doing workshops, so I quickly decided, well, let me do some research, and I found that she has a very well put together Facebook page, and she also has a very well put together website where I found all kinds of information, and I realized that she was having a candle making workshop. So I figured, I have all these jars that I repurpose when I go shopping, and I repurpose them, these glass jars, with my crocheting, and I usually gift them to my friends with votives inside. So I figured, what a great idea to enroll in a candle making class so that I can actually make my own scented candles and complete the gift in a better way. So I got in touch with Isamar, that's the name of the nice lady that runs the workshops, and she was amazing. She communicated through WhatsApp constantly and kept me in the loop. And I found out that the workshops take place at this jewelry shop, Joyería Avilés, which is located on Ignacio Vallarta in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. And I figured, what a curious place to hold a candle making workshop, but we'll see what it is. My friend Lars and I enrolled, and we got there, and of course we met Isamar, the young lady that runs these workshops. She's in her 20s, and she's a great entrepreneur. So we took our place. We each had a place to sit down. There were several tables set up for the 15 or so of us that participated in the workshop. And it was so well organized. Each one of us got this silicone tray and all the necessary elements to make our Valentine's Day candle, along with a business card. So we started by adding decorative chips to the side of the candle. As you can see, we already had placed our wick, and she instructed us on how to do this. I had never considered adding edible chips, the kind that you would put on a cake, on the side of the container, but I figured, well, we're here to explore the possibilities, and we did. So there we are inside the gallery. There were a couple of tables. There were actually 3 tables full of people working in the process of making these awesome candles. I quickly understood that the reason why we were meeting at the jewelry shop is because the jewelry shop is owned by Isamar's family. They actually come from Tasco in the state of Guerrero. And the Pueblo Mágico of Tasco is this amazing little town in the state of Guerrero that specializes in silver jewelry. I mean, if you go to Tasco, all you will find, well, not all you will find, but you'll find a ton of jewelry shops and artisans working. So the whole family came to Puerto Vallarta several years ago, opened this jewelry shop in Basilio Vadillo, and this is why we were there. Isamar proceeded to explain the difference between the type of wax that you can use. We were using soy-based wax wax, which is very good for the environment, and demonstrated all the things that we were doing. We started by picking our scents. Each one of us was able to personalize our candle with whatever scent we wanted, and then we were given a choice of color for the actual candle. The moment in which we poured the hot wax was a little bit nerve wracking because, of course, you know that the wax is really hot. And this is the reason why we were working on silicone trays. And I decided to color my wax with gold flecks. And it was actually quite. Is this supposed to be a video? Yes, this is supposed to be a video. There you go. So we're stirring the hot wax, and I'm totally mesmerized by the patterns this thing is making. And this was a lot of fun. And eventually, the wax comes to the proper temperature that you can add the fragrance to it, and then of course you add the wick, and there is my candle waiting to solidify. And you probably are wondering, well, how do you kill time with the candle? Because it takes time for the candle to solidify. So one of the perks of the class, or one of the things that is included with the price, which was 500 pesos, no, 550 pesos per person, which was totally affordable. We all got like frappuccinos. We got frappuccinos. We were even given the choice of the frappuccino to get. So we all toasted to our successful candles, and each one of us had the opportunity to tell a little bit about ourselves. I had brought one of my jars with crochet as a gift to the teacher, so I explained this is why I was doing what I was doing. Other people were trying to be entrepreneurial about candle making, and other people were just like me, curious on the craft. So once it was solid, we added glitter of the color of choice on top of the candle, which again, I'd never thought of doing that to a candle, but I was happy to explore the possibilities. And then we added other things like wax, hearts, and some mineral rocks, and just ornaments to make the candle prettier. And then, of course, we got a cardboard box and a diploma to be able to bring home. And then, of course, this is me posing for my diploma. And this is the whole group that participated. We had a great time doing this. And we posed with all our candles. And again, I want to tell you how wonderful it is when somebody goes out there, comes up with a great idea, and puts a class together and is like very organized. She was being helped by her mother, and her boyfriend was taking photos and video, and it was just a great experience. I totally recommend it. And I mentioned to the class that I was going to talk about it here at Coffee and Headlines. So I asked her, what happens if you get students that only speak English? And she said, no problem, we can make it happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all her information in the show notes in case you want to participate in such a wonderful class in the future. And needless to say, on my next Guadalajara trip, I'll be looking for more candle making supplies so that I can continue to apply myself with a new craft. Yay. After this was over, we headed over to Galleria Contempo, where I was really excited to experience a little bit of the opening reception for Mexico City artist Miguel Lopez Vasquez. We talked about his paintings earlier in the week, and they were stunning, and the artist was there, and we had a great time connecting with him. And then, of course, on the way out, he said something like, well, what did you think of the facade? And I was like, I don't know what you mean. Well, we were in such a hurry to get in and enjoy the exhibition that we failed to notice that during the afternoon, they decorated the facade of the gallery with all these origami cranes as a sign of good luck, which made the wall of the gallery look even more colorful. And then, of course, I went ahead and took a photo of the artist right in front of the gallery, which felt fitting to me. After that, we headed over to for dinner at Siam PV, where we ran into Effie Pacero and Enrique de Allende and Kim Kuzma. They'd just come back from the first of two fundraising concerts to help finance the restoration of the cupola at the Church of Guadalupe. They told me that the first concert was very successful. And of course, the second concert, which will take place tonight, is something you may want to consider attending. Again, this is tonight at the Church of Guadalupe. We mentioned this earlier this week, so if you want to find information, just check the show notes from a day ago or maybe 2 days ago. I don't remember. And this was my evening. It was a lot of fun to be out and about on a Friday night in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. It was crowded with people. There were a lot of people out and about. Some restaurants seemed very, very full. And of course, at Siam PV, we had to wait some 15 minutes to get a table, which is a testament of Michael Buford's excellent work, both at Siam PV and at Bravo's, his other location. We had a chance to connect with him, and I was just so happy to see. Friends being successful out and about. And this is very nurturing to me. So awesome, awesome evening. And now, what about you? Let's see what you are up to this morning. I want to see what your plans are for the weekend. I see many happy Saturdays. I see many good mornings. Thank you so very much. As usual, I'm looking for capital letter Q's. And see what we have. The concept, this is about the burger place. The concept of the burger place is cool, but I believe they use lots of filler in their meat, so the taste isn't as good as you'd expect. That is sad, but I still am curious about it. Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. That one caught me by surprise. Hello, Trudy. Good morning, Paco. It was a pleasure to meet you and Gina yesterday. The pleasure was mine again. Every time I run into friends and people that watch the broadcast, it is a good day. Pudim pam pum pam pum. Francois says, good morning, Paco. I just saw the broadcast from earlier this week in which you created the image of Van Gogh painting a mango. I loved it. I am not familiar with AI at all. How do you do that? Keep up the good work. Okay, can I get into demo mode right now? Okay, I will leave you with the link of the website where I did it. It's called Firefly, and it is a free experimental artificial intelligence website produced by Adobe, which is a famous software company. And what you do once you get into the website, oh, screw it. Let me do this very quickly, just because it's so much fun. Let's see. Firefly. Okay, I have just logged into Firefly. And it asks you, what will you dream up today with Firefly? And so you type, and let me type artistic candle made in a colorful Mexican workshop. And I'm going to generate art. Oh, it wants me to sign in. Good Lord. Let me sign in. Let me authenticate. There you go. Continue. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. There you go. Okay, once again, let me type artistic candle made, artistic colorful candle made in a Mexican workshop. and I'm going to hit generate. And what the website is going to do is it's going to create 4 versions of this, but I'm going to be able to modify these in a second. Right now, it's set up to do square image. Not bad. But what I actually want is a widescreen image. I don't want this to be a photo montage. I want this to be an artistic depiction. So I'm going to generate it again. And it's thinking, and there you have it. And if I click on this, this is the image that I got, just like that. Boom. Now let's type, just for the hell of it, I hope this is not boring you, but Mexican colorful cat eating an ice cream cone on the beach. There you go. And this is how I come up with some of my covers. So now the artificial intelligence is coming up with versions of this. Oh, check it out. Which one do I like? I like this one. And just like that, I have generated an artificial intelligence image. So that was the long answer to your question. Let's see what else we have here. Pam 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 pam, pim 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 pim. Do you think I am Loca enough for the Loca ladies? Sounds like fun, says Guda Gabor. Well, Guda, you are a lady as far as I'm concerned. I'm a lady as far as I'm concerned, but I just don't know if I have the proper body parts to go on this experience. But it's just a matter of asking. Let's see what else. Happy birthday, Carlos. Today is Carlos's birthday. Muy feliz cumpleaños, papacito. I would hug you, but you're over there and I am over here. Let's see. There's a Q. What wax did you use? Linda and I use soy because it burns cleaner. That's exactly what we used. And I didn't know this about soy wax. It burns cleaner, it burns longer, and it's not toxic. So if I go on the adventure of making more candles, I will definitely look for soy-based wax. Let's see what else we have. There's another Q. Just wanted me to post that she has a possible topic for a music presentation. It is a famous musical scores / composers. Not that she's here, but that is something she would be interested in. Famous musical scores and composers. Would this be like movie scores, you mean? I love talking about film scores. So if that is the case, I will definitely try to put it together in an interesting presentation. Let's see. Fernie Ritchie says, Paco, how lovely to meet you and enjoy the candle class. Yes, that was absolutely delightful, and it was fun to watch you make your own candle. Fernie, or Fernando, right? He was there. It was absolutely fun. The candle making workshop sounds like lots of fun. You have no idea, Barbara. And I know you do your own workshops, and I know that you're also very attentive to detail. And it is just so nice to watch other people like you and like Isamar creating things with our own hands or their own hands, and not only doing that, but sharing that knowledge with other people. That is so freaking empowering. I love it. Let's see. I was so sad to miss it. I have not been able to connect with Zoe on this trip, but she is amazing. This is the first time since Zoe started coming to Puerto Vallarta that I've been in my own head and was not able to connect with her and the cigarette lady, but I certainly hope that they had a successful run. Will there be a carnival celebration in Puerto Vallarta? Yes, and we have talked about this in the past. We'll publish a reminder on the dates and the activities. Kathleen asks, how often do they have the candle workshop? I don't know, but that's the reason why we are including the contact information for them so that you can find out on your own. Let's see what else. Thanks for the Firefly info. Oh my God, it is so habit forming. It is so much fun to imagine things. Of course, if you try to type kinky stuff or sexual stuff, it will ignore you completely. But it will take some very specific commands, or you can even type like a totally poetic expression and see what it comes up with. For example, I can even be, let's see. Let's try something really crazy. The citizens of Puerto Vallarta were shocked after a powerful earthquake destroyed the entire city. That's horrible. But let's see what it comes up with. And it's thinking, it's like nobody wants to see Puerto Vallarta. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Well, there is the city of Puerto Vallarta with some buildings that look destroyed. What do you know? Well, let's not circulate this because this is how rumors get started out in the real world. We're not going to go there. Moving right along, looking at your comments. Let's see what else. Joshua, it's great to see you. Yokshalotl. I'm wondering where did the art and craft fairs went? Please tell Lucy that I am running out of one of the products that I love. And pum pum pim pam pum. Diane says, when is the next meetup? We published a reminder of that just the other day. Where is my meetup reminder? Puram pam pim pam pum. It is right here. It is coming up on Friday, February 23rd, just around the corner. And this, my friends, brings us to the end of today's broadcast. As always, it is a pleasure to connect with you. Was not my intention to make the second half of the broadcast be so much about me, and what I do, but it was more about opening our eyes to all the wonderful experiences we can have in our city that go beyond the usual range of things we're used to doing. So I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you will do all kinds of fun things, and I hope you will challenge yourselves, as I love to challenge myself, to trying to experience new things as long as it is within our own comfort level. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday morning. Take care.